guys. Hope you guys are doing very well. I'm in the state of Tabasco, here in the southern part of Mexico. And yesterday I was in the cacao plantation and I explained to you in my last video the entire process of cacao production. And today I'm standing here in Hacienda La Luz. It's a chocolate factory, and owner of this factory has invited me to see the chocolate making process. So let's get inside and see how chocolates are made. So guys, meet Ana Parizot. She is owner of Hacienda La Luz and one of the finest chocolatier here in Mexico. She has won not one or two but 60 international awards, best awards. So Ana, thank you so much for your time. This is her beautiful house, guys. This side we have the plantation, cacao plantation. Behind this house we have the chocolate factory, which we are going to go in and see the entire process. I would definitely say she's a lady of a big heart because she gave me so much time here, invited me, explained everything in detail. So Ana, can you tell us about this place, the history, your house, the chocolate making factory and everything that you have?
Okay, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to having you here. And we are Hacienda La Luz. We are in Comalcalco. Comalcalco is a city in Tabasco. Tabasco produces the 70% of the cacao in Mexico. So we are surrounded by plantations. We have our own cacao plantation and we produce chocolate in our factory since 1958. My grandfather was a German immigrant, Dr. Otto Volter. So his last name, Volter, was the brand.
Okay.
To our factory. So we are Chocolate Volter or Volter chocolate. We have here is the first step of making chocolate.
Okay.
After you have the cacao dried seeds.
Yes.
So the dried cacao seeds, you need to put it in a roaster machine.
Okay. So that is the roaster?
This is the roaster, but this is, as you can see, this is a bread oven.
Okay.
But we use it to roast cacao because we need to preserve certain properties of the cacao. So the roasting process need to be very carefully.
All right.
You need to have control of the roasting process. So with this bread oven, we can have the control we need to roast the cacao seeds. Every variety we have has a special roasting protocol.
And how many days does it take to roast?
Oh no, just hours.
Just an hour.
Just hours. Okay. It depends 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, 2 hours. It depends on the amount of cacao and the protocol of roasting.
Oh,
yes.
Great. Okay, so once the roasting is done, okay, you keep it for 1 hour of cooling, right?
Yes.
Then what happens?
Then we use this machine.
This machine?
This machine breaks the seeds.
Okay.
And separate the cacao nibs. This one.
This is called cacao nibs?
These are cacao nibs. You want to try?
Yeah, sure.
This is cacao already roasted.
Okay, good to eat, right?
Yes, of course. This is a superfood. This is considered a superfood right now.
Okay, so
the cacao is already roasted. It's like you were eating 100% of chocolate.
Chocolate, yeah.
100%. This is just cacao.
But it's not sweet.
No, of course not. You know, cacao is very bitter.
Bitter.
Nibs is one part of what we obtain in this machine, and the other part is this.
What is this now?
This is cacao shell or cacao.
Shell.
Yes, this is the part that surrounds the cacao.
Okay.
In some places, they use this to make like tea or even cocoa.
Okay.
Cocoa is supposed to be cacao without the oil, dried cacao. But in some places, they use this, the outside part of the cacao beans, to make also the cocoa.
So this machine helps to separate nibs and the shells, right?
Exactly, nibs and shells. And the nibs is the one that you use to prepare the chocolate. Yes. Machines that we have here.
Okay.
These are machines that have the 3 next steps in one machine.
Okay.
The name is universal machines.
All right.
What are the next steps? Milling.
Milling.
We need to mill the cacao.
Okay.
We need to refine the paste. And then we need to conching the paste.
Okay.
What is the conching process? Let me explain you. In these machines, we put cacao nibs, the one that you saw,
Yeah,
the cacao nibs, and then we add sugar.
Okay.
Cane sugar and brown sugar. We don't use, it's brown cane sugar. We don't use refined sugar. We don't use a glass. We just use non-refined sugar.
Okay.
How much sugar and how much cacao we use, it depends on the kind of cacao you are, the kind of chocolate you are making. For example, 80% of chocolate, 80% of cacao in the chocolate, you have 80% of cacao seeds and 20% of sugar. You put all the ingredients there, and then the machine begins to mill.
Okay.
And then you have to take measurements of the size of the particle, and then you close and close and close the stones in order to make the refining process. Once you obtain 22 microns,
Okay.
that is the size, then you open completely the stones of the machines and you add 3 to 5% of cacao butter.
Cacao butter.
Cacao butter.
Okay.
The cacao butter needs to be added in order to give to the chocolate like the smooth the chocolate needs. So once you add the cacao butter, then you open completely the stones and turn on the machine again.
Okay.
And the machine is like a blender in order to integrate the cacao butter with the sugar and the cacao paste.
Okay.
This process is called conching process.
Okay.
And the conching is a process that can last from 24 hours to 72 hours. It depends on the kind of chocolate you have. Once you have this process finished, and then we go to the next steps. The machine before, you obtain the chocolate, already the chocolate. Then you take the chocolate to this machine.
Okay.
This is a tempering machine.
Tempering machine.
Tempering machine. The temper is the last process.
Okay.
In this process, we need to make like a curve but of temperature in the chocolate. What we are making right now is increasing the temperature of the chocolate to 45 and then going down to 31.5 in order to be able to put it in the mold.
All right.
Okay? So this machine make the process and then all the molds with the chocolate has to go to a freezer in order to put the chocolate in the proper way, like hard.
This is the chocolate that's been given to me now to taste. Let me taste it for you. I'm not lying, but this is the best chocolate I have ever tasted. I'm seriously telling you. This is different. This is like organic, homemade. Thank you. It is, right?
And you can feel your hand. Yes, because the temperature, the melting temperature of the cacao butter is 33 degrees centigrades.
Okay.
It means that the temperature of your body is 36.5. So when you recognize a good chocolate, it melted in your hands.
Yeah, so it is melting in my hand, just holding it. So imagine, it's melting in my hand. So imagine what happens in my mouth. This is the entire process and what you see here, and this is how the cacao was prepared in the pre-Hispanic times.
It's like an exercise, a complete exercise. Did you see how much cacao? How much chocolate is? the all spices.
All spices and cinnamon, right?
Is the chili. The chili is like ahumado. How do you say smoked? No sugar at all.
No sugar.
Chocolate, and we love the nature that surrounds the chocolate. That means the cacao plantations. So one of the things that we really want to make is to preserve the place.
Okay.
That's why we also open to the people. The people can visit our plantation and our factory. We have a web, is haciendalaluz.mx, and you can see all the things that we can show you. But all this is just because we want to preserve the place.
Okay. So if you are in Tabasco, definitely you should come here, guys, and she'll give you a good tour about the place. It has been an educational tour, and you can understand how the chocolates are made, because all that we know, we just eat chocolates without understanding how it is made, what labor and efforts goes behind it. So definitely come visit. I'll mention all her details in the description below, so you can contact her and then enjoy and see how chocolates are made.